Welcome back to another video. My name is Matt and I help people overcome retroactive jealousy. In this video, I want to talk to you about our thoughts and how we tend to take our thoughts very, very seriously. Now, particularly these thoughts regarding our partner's past, our reaction to them, how we respond to them when when we get them or when we are triggered by them, makes us basically believe that they are really, really, really important, that we must explore them, that we must get to the bottom of them, that it is a life or death situation, when in actuality, these thoughts aren't important at all. And we actually don't have to take them so seriously. And the moment when I stopped taking these thoughts so seriously and just almost saw them as just thoughts and nothing more, just invisible entities that don't really matter unless, we put our power into them, that's when I started finding more and more and more relief, and slowly but surely started overcoming retroactive jealousy. And now, of course, I'm completely out. So I want to share that with you in today's video. So if you're someone that might be taking your thoughts very seriously, having, really bad triggered responses for them, how can you, take a step back from them and understand that they are not important. They only act to be important. They only act to be so serious, but they're really, truly not. And you have the power to really see that in your own life too. So we'll get to that in today's video. Before we do though, if you could take a quick moment and smash the like button, that'll activate YouTube's algorithm and get the video out to more people that need to see it. So I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, so I want to start off this video with a quote, and this is a quote by Eckhart Tolle, and here is that quote. It says, "Every thought pretends that it matters so much. It wants to draw your attention in completely. Here is a new spiritual practice for you. Don't take your thoughts too seriously." This is really a powerful quote, and I know for a lot of people, especially me, when I first heard this quote, or kind of this idea behind this quote and this idea of not being able to take your thoughts too seriously, I was so identified with my thoughts that I was like, well, I am my thoughts, and my thoughts are me, and I have to act on my thoughts, and I have to act on these certain things in order so my whole world doesn't come crumbling down around me, right? I was very, again, sucked into all that. And when I really started to understand, that we're not our thoughts, we are the awareness behind our thoughts, that we are not the voice in our head, we are the awareness behind the voice in our head, I realized that, wow, I don't have to listen to these thoughts. I don't have to be a victim to these thoughts when they pull me this way and that way and try to play this mental movie and that mental movie and bring up this about my partner's past or that. I don't have to be a victim to that if I don't want to. I have the choice to basically not take these thoughts so seriously. And then when I discovered this quote, and Eckhart Tolle basically said, here's your new spiritual tea, just gets right down to it. Just stop taking them so seriously. Stop taking them for real. It was quite an awakening experience for me, and it still is, like, to this day. Not for me when it comes to retroactive jealousy thoughts, but just thoughts in general about life and things that, business or stresses or things like that. When these thoughts come up and they act like they're so important and it's a life or death situation, you must figure this thing out. The truth is you don't have to. The truth is, if you did not act on those thoughts, if you just kind of let that thought come in and then not explore it and just kind of let it go, we gain so much more power over our lives. We no longer have these stresses. We no longer have this anxiety. We realize we are basically free to be, do, or have anything we want to be when we don't act on these thoughts or take these thoughts seriously that involve a lot of fear. And I think that's very powerful too, that we don't have to take these thoughts as truth. We tend to have a lot of negative chatter, right? A negative self-talk that we're not good enough, or our partner prefers their ex over us, or you have your own, right? You have your own. And we tend to take that as the truth, as these words as truth. But we don't have to. Who says they're the truth, right? We tend to believe they are the truth because we hear it so much, but we don't have to listen to that. And the moment we detach from this voice in our head, detach from these thoughts that are coming and say, this is not us, I can hear it chattering, but I don't have to listen to it because I know that's not me, we start to awaken. We really start to awaken, and we start to overcome retroactive jealousy, overcome anxiety, overcome depression, overcome all this. When we realize we have a choice in the matter, when these thoughts come up and say, you're not important, you're sure pretending to be important, wow, I'm feeling this emotional response as if like I'm about to die or something dangerous is happening. But is anything dangerous happening in front of me? No, I'm okay, right? I'm okay. So this is an irrational response to a thought that's saying, I'm really important, follow me. But I don't have to follow you. I can choose to say, I'm not going to take you seriously. You're irrational. You're a joke. I could even say so. You could even go as far as that. I am not going to pay attention to you at all. You're just trying to pull me this way, pull me that way, get me wrapped up in all this. And I'm not going to fall for it anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. I know every time I fall for this and get trapped, I come out worse and worse and worse. And my day gets worse and worse and worse. And my relationship gets worse and worse and worse. And I'm done. You know, we can put our foot down and say, I'm not going to listen to you. That's why some of the times, especially in my Break Free of OCD course that I have, there in one of the activities, I say you can humanize your retroactive jealousy. Give your retroactive jealousy a name. You know, a name of annoying friend, or maybe someone that used to bully you. That one of my clients did that. Someone that used to bully him as a kid. He named his RJ after that. And every time his RJ would come up and try to pull him this way, pull him that way, he would just say like, shh, quiet, John, you know, or whatever that name of that person was. Quiet. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to take your advice. You're just trying to put me in a trap. You're just trying to bully me. No, you know, and he humanized it, and it worked for him. Just thinking like, the advice you're giving is not good. You're trying to make me feel bad, and I'm not going to listen to you. Just as he would a human that's giving bad advice or things like that, or someone that's trying to hurt him and not help him. And I talk about that a little bit in that course as well, is humanizing your RJ, giving it a name and just saying, no, you're not important. No, I'm going to live my life. I'm not going to listen to you. I don't care what you have to say. You're not me. You're not real. And it just, again, it brings on so much freedom. It brings on so much freedom because the anxiety calms down. And you literally realize that you don't have to be a victim of any circumstance. You don't have to be a victim of these thoughts that come up anymore. You become free of them. You become free the moment when you stop taking them so seriously. And you basically detach yourself from this egoic state of thinking, right? A majority of our thinking when we're feeling anxious or feeling depressed or feeling mad or frustrated, it's an egoic state of thinking, meaning our ego doesn't want to get damaged. So it brings up all these emotions, right? But the truth is, nothing's going to happen to us, right? We're not going to die. We're not, we're not in any danger. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. And again, when we detach from that egoic state and realize we don't have to act on these thoughts, and our poor ego, it's okay if our ego gets sore a little bit. It's not the end of the world. We're not going to die. And the more we actually do that, the more we detach from the ego. And again, become more awakened, become more free, enjoy our life a whole lot more, be able to love a whole lot more, being able to enjoy just the simple things in life again, the simple things in our relationship again. It's in that moment where we stop identifying with these thoughts, when we stop taking them so seriously, when we know they cannot harm us in any way. And since they cannot harm us in any way, we don't have to pay attention to them. We don't have to. Now, if you're in a building and there's a fire alarm going off and the thought goes, you probably should get out of the building, you should, and you feel, an emotional response, look at yourself and say, am I in danger right now? Yes, there's a fire alarm going off. There's a fire. I need to get out of here. And then you can escape, right? That's what the real activity behind our thoughts and reactions and all those things is. If we are in danger, we should get out of the situation. But with these thoughts, with these RJ thoughts, we are in no danger. Our lives are not going to end. And the sooner we realize that these thoughts are just pretending to be important, we become free. We become free. That's exactly what I had to do. All these thoughts, every time they'd come to me, it was like repetition. I've talked a lot about how a lot of my days when I was going through RJ was almost like robotic. Like you almost have to be a robot, just going through your days, again, doing them over and over and over again. Sometimes your days kind of had no feeling, no emotion whatsoever, but it's like, I'd rather take a day of no emotion than a day of, these destructive emotions that the RJ was causing me. And so these thoughts would come in and say, oh, explore this mental movie. Oh, what about this when your partner did this? Oh, and I just say, you're not important. You don't matter. You don't matter. You don't matter. Again and again and again, over and over and over again. And sometimes the thought would take me in and I get caught up in it. But as soon as I realize I'm in the middle of it, let me take a step. Let me get out of this. Let me take a step back. Let me feel my feet on the ground. Let me feel myself. Am I in danger right now? Is everything's okay? Okay. So I just caught up in something that doesn't matter, that was irrational. Let me take a breath. Let me get back to the present moment. All is good. These thoughts don't matter. I don't have to take them seriously. And the more I did that, the more powerful I became in overcoming this. The less these thoughts started to matter. When I stopped putting my energy into them, they stopped taking my energy away. When I stopped focusing on them so much, they stopped coming up. And then pretty soon, I got to the point where the anxiety was so calm, where I knew these thoughts were not serious at all, that the thoughts could come to me at any time and not bother me at all. Just as I can bring up a thought right now, a mental movie I can play in my head, it does not bother me at all. I could make, 250 videos, whatever, on retroactive jealousy and never have a triggered response again, never have that come up again, because of this idea, and continuing to do that over and over again, knowing that these thoughts are not serious. They are not serious. And that's the awakening. Don't take your thoughts so seriously. The minute you do that, the minute you understand you are not your thoughts, you are the awareness behind your thoughts are not you, that voice in your head is not you, these thoughts of your partner's past are not you, I can observe them, I don't have to get tangled in them, you become free. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. If you enjoyed today's video, please take a moment and smash the like button so we can get the video out to more people that need to see it. Also subscribe if you have not already done so. Click the notification bell so you are alerted every time I post a new video. And if you want some more help in overcoming retroactive jealousy, of course, I got some amazing courses offering for you right now. All of them are on sale. There's 3 amazing courses that you can purchase individually. So scroll down and see which course is right for you. Or if you want to bundle all 3 courses, I'll also throw in a bonus course for you. And I'll throw in email coaching for you as well, absolutely free. You can bundle all that, get rid of retroactive jealousy in one big swoop, and get your life back once and for all. Please check that out before you go today. That's it for me, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video.